Alrighty guys, we're back for some Rakdos Hoard Hauler, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some normal play mode. But first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. Also, we do got that relatively new-ish Discord. There's a link in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build? It's worth noting that this is gonna be a janky one. If you're gonna build Rakdos treasures, this is probably not the way to build it. So just a warning there, I guess, right? We got 3 Hoard Haulers as one of our keystone cards. This is a 4-mana vehicle, 5/5 trample, with crew for 3. And honestly, the crewing up of this might be a little difficult at times. Hopefully, I added some creatures to make that a little easier. Whenever Hoard Hauler deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact they control. Well, obviously, we don't control whether or not the opponent is playing with artifacts, so how are we going to get around that? Well, we have 4 Relic Robbers in the build. This is a 3-mana 2/2 haste. Whenever Relic Robber deals combat damage to a player, that player creates a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token. With this creature can't block, and at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. Very nice. So that's one of the ways to give our opponents artifacts for the Hoard Hauler. But another way is Bloodvial Purveyor. So this is a 4-mana 5/6 flying trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. And of course, a blood token is in fact an artifact. So that's how that's how we get around it, right? Hopefully we'll end up seeing some treasures popping off of the Hoard Hauler, but we'll see. Whenever Bloodvial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each blood token defending player controls. This card's actually just insane. The fact that the only downside is that your opponent gets blood tokens kind of blows my mind, man. And all you got to do is give this haste because, you know, usually the opponent is gonna do everything it takes to remove this on their turn. So if you give it haste off of like Reckless Stormseeker, then that's a lot of power, dude. Reckless Stormseeker, we got 2 of them in here, so we'll see. Also, giving haste to something like Hoard Hauler could be really sweet. What else do we got in the build? Well, we got a couple Bloodchief's Thirst because it's amazing removal, as well as 2 March of the Wretched Sorrows with potential, like, you know, we have a lot of potential to have a lot of extra mana, especially later on in the game once we get cards like Goldspan Dragon down. So anything with casting cost of X in it is probably going to be pretty solid in here. Speaking of which, we got 1 Lunar Frenzy. For red and an X, instant speed, target creature you control gets +X/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. So this can easily help us close out games. For example, if you have Goldspan out there and you just have like 3 treasure tokens open with Goldspan, well, you could tap those 3 tokens for 6 red mana, have this be X = 5, then you can make Goldspan a nice like flying 9/4 first strike trample. Sounds really good, honestly, so we'll see. Got a couple Deadly Disputes. Not a lot of creatures that we necessarily want to sacrifice to this, although we do have some that could be sacrificed to it. But also you can sacrifice an artifact, so you can always get rid of an extra treasure, and then you get to get that treasure back with this ability and draw 2 cards. Seems solid. Got 2 Skyclave Shades. Now this is one of the cards that will hopefully let us crew up Hoard Hauler easily. The 2-mana 3/1 with a kicker of 3. It can't block, unfortunately. That is probably going to be pretty bad against decks like Boros and such. If Skyclave Shade was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, not bad. It has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if Skyclave Shade is in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard this turn. Okay, so we can bring this back from the grave. Pretty nice, honestly, when we are thinking about crewing up Hoard Hauler, since the crew is 3 and this happens to be a 3/1, and we can always bring it back potentially. So I think it'll work out, hopefully. It's a good target to sacrifice to things like Deadly Dispute too, potentially. 2 Tenacious Underdogs, just a better version of Skyclave Shade, I guess, because honestly, it doesn't stay on the board like the Shade can, right? Because the Blitz obviously sacrifices it at the end, and you got to pay 2 life to bring it back, and it's 4 mana. So I don't know. I guess overall it's better than Shade, obviously, but it's hard to compare the two, I guess. Yeah. Only a couple of them, though. If you can find room for more, it'll do you wonders. We got 3 Kalain's Reclusive Painters, and if this wasn't legendary, we'd have 4 of them. Now, this is one of those things where that extra +1/+1 counter can go a long way for pretty much any of your cards. Imagine having 3 mana and a couple treasures and dropping a Goldspan. Now Goldspan is a 6/6 flying haste because of Kalain. That's insane. Kalain's one of the reasons why Rakdos treasures look so good already. We have a couple Fable the Mirror Breakers, more ways to get treasures, and it's just an amazing card, helps us filter through. Maybe we can actually find our combo pieces for the Hoard Hauler. We have a single Kazuul's Fury, which I'm going to go ahead and drop in the mana base, but I think it would be freaking sweet because we have a bunch of chunky creatures. If we're swinging in with our trampling creatures and like Hoard Hauler and all that, and then we just sacrifice Hoard Hauler and deal that last bit of 5 damage, because this is a 5/5 trample, which happens to be pretty chunky, honestly. So Kazuul's Fury, we'll see if that does anything here. We got those 2 Stormseekers and the 4 Relic Robbers, the Bloodvial Purveyors, and the Hoard Haulers that I already went over. Now we got 1 Burn Down the House because board wipes happen to be pretty important, but this one can also just come down as Devils, and how many times have we won the game with those Devils? A ridiculous amount of times, guys. This card's so good. Speaking of so good, I mean, we knew it was on the top end. I didn't even have to go over it. We got 4 Goldspan Dragons, man. I'm gonna miss this card. I know a lot of people's not gonna miss it, but you know, I'm gonna miss it. What else do we got in the mana base? We got 2 Hive, we got 1 Abandoned Mire, a Den, a Crucible, as well as an Immersturm Skullcairn. Like I said, there's going to be moments where we have a lot of extra mana, and so this one helps close games because sometimes you're just looking for that last little bit of damage. So for 4 mana, you can tap it, sack it. It deals 3 damage to target player. That player discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. And yeah, 3 damage can go a long way, and I don't know if this deck is actually going to care if this comes out tapped or not. Okay, guys, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. Probably took too long to go over a little janky build like this, but honestly, there's a lot packed in here, isn't there? Okay, let's go ahead, take it into some normal play mode, and see how it does. We'll see if we can get right into the first match here. I noticed as time went on, yeah, under 10 seconds, not bad. As time has been going on and we're getting closer and closer to rotation, there has been less and less people playing. At least I think that's what's happening, because it is taking a bit longer. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this hand. I'll keep it. We have early removal with the Bloodchief's Thirst. We'll play this on Blightstep. And March isn't doing too much right now. Well, March can hit that, but yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait. A lot of top-end creatures in our hand. Hopefully we can get there in time. Hive. Okay. I guess we'll play that. We can march for 1. Let's keep it. Let's keep the march open. No. Let's kill it. Let's get it on out of here. We'll see. We'll see. Wedding announcement. Okay. Alright. We got some good old-fashioned classic Orzhov over there, it looks like. They definitely want to block and safely play this on red. They definitely want to block this, and so they probably just will. That's fine. That's okay. Relic Robber was a good draw there. Yeah, they chumped that. Yeah, that was a good draw for sure. Now we have Bloodvial Purveyor next turn. Another wedding announcement. Oh my goodness, guys, that is so bad. Holy cow. That is so bad. I wonder if we can get the Stormseeker down and then try to haste in the Bloodvial Purveyor. Honestly, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna let them double block my Relic Robber, because next turn this is gonna get ridiculous. This is gonna flip. They're gonna get another 2/1/1s. This is gonna flip and give plus. Oh, they're gonna spread it. Okay, good. We get to keep the Relic Robber for now. But it could just be like Plains Doomscar on the opponent's turn. Yep, Plains. We'll see. A meat hook. Aw, man. That's so much worse than a Doomscar. Okay, get a couple more 1/1s, or 2/2s at this point. Scary business, man. Hey, Burn Down the House is a pretty good draw. I wanted to give the Bloodvial Purveyor haste. Purveyor, right? Yeah, I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? It's a weird word, man. Rite of Oblivion, Orzhov. What are you doing to my janky little build? What are you doing? You don't gotta pick it apart this much. Come on now, Orzhov. Get one more. Get one more creature back, and now they're 3/3s. Ugh. That's nasty. Burn Down the House would look a lot better if they had, like, you know, like their Loth on the board. So let's start with a Goldspan and see if we can get away with it. Yeah. Deadly Dispute. Okay. Okay. Well, we do have March for 1 available. I don't think that matters, like, at all. Maybe a Planeswalker. Because we can tap this for double black mana. Okay. The deck isn't performing bad. The starting hand was relatively slow. And then we drew... Okay, like, yeah. Everything's okay so far. How do you guys feel about it? Swing for 6. Okay, yep. If we can get a good march off next turn, then we can gain a bunch back. But it looks like they plan on getting rid of Goldspan here with the Rite of Oblivion flashback, which this card's not rotating, guys. This card's terrifying. All an Orzhov build is looking for is like good targets to sacrifice to it. Okay, my turn. Okay. I wonder if we still wait on the Burn Down the House. Probably. And I'm gonna play the land just for a bigger march. A march for 6. Swing in. No removal. It's not sticking. Down to 14. And yeah, we have March is 6, which I guess we'll keep open. The biggest thing about that is if they get like a Deadly Dispute off the top of their deck. But I really don't want to use March on a 3/3 if they end up playing something else. So I'm going to take that risk. Extraction Specialist. Bring back the Professor? That is sick. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I might as well do X's 6 now, and the big part of this is just gaining that extra life. Because they only have 3 more open. We actually lose 1, yeah, from the meat hook. Might as well do it now. I usually get a little hasty when I have instants. Like, I should wait till the very last moment. But I'm pretty sure that was going to be the target. Even though Professor can attack and block now, like, we don't want them to have lifelink. I look forward to seeing more Extraction Specialist in the future because I think it's amazing. It's so cool. Okay, scry 2, draw a card. I wonder, so they grabbed the Confront the Past. I wonder if they're getting ready. Okay, so burn down the house could be really good here, but yeah, something feels like they have a Loth or something just chilling. Powering up Hive could be cool, but then we die. They do have 10 power on the board here. I'm gonna swing in the air. They're down to 10. I'm gonna get the Bloodvial Purveyor down as a blocker. And we do not have enough to power up Hive and actually be able to block with it. So hopefully they don't have simple removal for the Bloodvial Purveyor. I guess the better way, if we were planning on blocking, would have been 3/1/1 Devils. That way, if they removed one, at least we had 2 more. But it also could have been like Meat Hook for 1, and then, I mean, we would have survived, but yeah, they start with the Spirited Companion, see if they draw into the removal, I suppose. Oh no, you know, they probably have it, honestly. Hey, there's the Loth I was talking about. So, if we can successfully kill... No, I mean, this has trample, like these... Oh yeah, they're 4/3s because of wedding festivity. Oh, that is rough, man. So how do we do this? We can burn the house down and then swing with Purveyor, but that's not enough. It's not enough, guys. Another Purveyor. So, okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on, it's getting +1/+0 for each of those, so it's going to be a 7/6 trample. So we do get 1 through, but I'm pretty sure they block 1 over here, and then... So I guess, honestly, burn down the house makes the most sense. It's rough, but it hurts them a lot more than it hurts us. Like, a lot more. And then we get a big old chunky swing from the Bloodvial Purveyor here. Ow. Oh, Meat Hook. What are you doing? Why do you exist, Meat Hook? What are you doing over there? So they get to bring back the Loth next turn. But, I mean, if you guys saw a better play there, let me know. We can always power up Hive, too. Anything that they play, they're going to make blood tokens. They actually didn't spend one. They might spend them this turn. So confront the past Loth, get 2 4/3 Spideys. If we can just, like, keep some of those blood tokens on their side of the board, then the Purveyor might be enough to get that trample damage through. We'll see, because yeah, we could power up Hive. This has Menace. So, okay, Loth is back in business. We have 3. Oh, okay. 4. This is going to be a 9. I think that's game. This is going to be a 9/6 trample. If they double block... Yeah, I think we just power up Hive, unless I'm missing something here. Let's do this. Swing at face. And we will take out the Professor. A 9/6 flying trample. That's 3 damage going through, and that has Menace. I think we got there. It's not like they have any mana open, so they could... Oh, yeah, GG opponent. Oh, man, getting there against Orzhov, that feels good, huh? That was sick. We didn't get to see our Hoard Hauler, though, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll be able to see it in one of the matches today. Sometimes when I sit down to make these videos, I actually make the thumbnail first. And I found Hoard Hauler at HD Art of Hoard Hauler and made the thumbnail around this. Oh, there it is. Nice, very nice. Okay. And so on rare occasion, I'm sitting there sweating like, oh no, what if I don't see the card that I made the thumbnail around? Yeah, I don't see a reason not to keep this. It's a good hand. Like, I was hesitant because there's no removal, but we don't have too much removal in this build anyways, so. Okay, could be Boros, could be Mardu. We'll get that swamp down first. Play with fire. Okay, this is probably Boros. Get to test the deck against some meta, huh? Okay. Well, the Skyclave Shade can't block, so this could go poorly very fast. Oh, might be burn. Well, I mean, technically the Boros aggro is pretty close to burn, but let's try the Shade. We have a Relic Robber for next turn. We don't have a 4th mana yet, but we do have the Deadly Dispute to help us ramp, so. Play with Fire Face, they don't care about that Shade. Okay. So they played both of these on red, so okay, there's the Sundown Pass. Kamano. Okay, they must not have any creatures, guys. This is good news for us, I guess. Second Relic Robber. This could be really good. Yeah, this could be really good because they already used 2 of their Play with Fires to our face, so Relic Robber might stay. They're probably swinging with that Raiju. That hurts. That's a lot. Oh, that's sick. Give it to our Goblin construct that we gave them. That is epic. All right, so we got our 4th. We're gonna get the Bloodvial Purveyor down as a blocker. I'm not gonna keep the Relic Robber back to chump. We'll just give him another one to plug a counter into. But remember, this is doing 2 damage to them, so this could really add up. Like, we might just get there next turn if they don't have an answer for the Purveyor. So they can full swing. We block the Raiju. They give the counter to the construct. We take 4 plus another 2 from the Raiju. And then if this last card is like a Royal Eruption or something, we're just dead. They hold back this time. No blocks. No blocks. So how do we want to do this? Full swing? We don't know what's in their hand is the problem. It's a full swing, guys. It's a full swing, because I don't think they can take out that Bloodvial Purveyor without something fancy. Could be like a Valorous Stance, maybe. I think we got a little lucky here against Boros. Yeah, GG, opponent. I think we got a little lucky. They didn't see some of their early game creatures. I mean, they had the Boros cards, you know, going on, but they didn't have, like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, they didn't have it all that time. Usually Boros has it all because it's such it's such a solid build. All right, right into the next match. Very nice. Finding games left and right, even though at the beginning I did say it feels like there's less and less people playing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Very possible. It might be the times of day that I'm playing right now too. Where right now there might just be a lot more people playing too. Easier to find matches. No red source, guys. This is a mulligan, unfortunately. Usually I'm pretty hesitant to mulligan, but yeah, that's not keepable. This is much better. We have the Hoard Hauler here. Let's go ahead and ditch the... Yeah, we'll get rid of the Fury. We'll keep our creatures. And we have a little bit of ramp off of... Well, if we go this first, then Hive is going to hold us back from playing the Kalain. But we can still go Skyclave Shade, so I think that's better. To not get held up on the land is probably just better, you know? Okay, we might be up against some... oh, is it? Okay. Okay, that can be scary. Let's see if the Relic Robber hits. No, let's play around. Let's play around a Jwari. Maybe... Okay, so we got the treasure. That's good. Good news. Might actually be able to get this Hoard Hauler down this game. Demon Bolt. Aw, man. Well, there goes my 6/7 flying trample Bloodvial Purveyor. Mountain. Okay. I think I'm going to go Hoard Hauler this turn. Let's start with the swing. Hoard Hauler doesn't have haste or anything fancy. Let's see. Does the Hoard Hauler hit? It could be a make disappear, which we're not playing around, but we are playing around a Jwari with this treasure, so. Make the Hoard Hauler disappear, and we have a second one for next turn. The biggest issue there is, yeah, it slows us down. Opponent's thinking, what kind of jank am I running? They're disgusted over there. They're like, this isn't even worth my negate. They were debating it too, which is pretty funny. Let's play this down on... I think playing it on the Blightstep is fine. You have that other Hoard Hauler. I think we're gonna go Relic Robber this turn instead. Now we could go Hoard Hauler and I didn't want the second Hoard Hauler to go bye-bye because I actually want to play with it. So, yeah. So that was just another counterspell, huh? Goldspan could power up Hive and swing. Pretty good swing. I really don't want to... Oh, they have Field of Ruin open for the Hive, though. Gotta be careful with Field of Ruin when you're playing with your creature lands. Yeah, Goldspan's really good, but 5 mana open over there, and this is what we've seen so far. I'm going to start with the swing, and then we're going to try to play the second Hoard Hauler. See if it lands. We do have 2 mana open to play around a Make Disappear. Yes, okay, it's on the board. They go Memory Deluge. Oh no. Alright. So we could have... We could have game next turn by powering up the Hauler and dropping the Goldspan. So they need to be careful here. They definitely need some removal. If they kill the Shade and we top deck a land, we can bring it back, power up Hauler. If they kill the Shade and we don't top deck a land, we can play the Bloodvial Purveyor. Oh, wow, really? Oh my goodness, guys. We're getting lucky. There's just like no way. What is this? Oh, interesting. That's actually a card we don't see often, but the exile target card from a graveyard could come in handy, huh? Like that could have hit the Shade, for example. But yeah, all right. Well, 100% win rate so far. So far over here in normal play mode, yeah, 100% win rate. So yeah, you know, do with that information as you will, I guess. This is one of those things too where there's no way we'd be able to get this many wins in ranked, right? Right? I think so. I don't know. Because we do see some meta decks over here once in a while. Guys, I think this is another mulligan. But it's a much better... No, we have the land. We're fine. Everything's fine. Plus, we won 3 in a row. We might as well try it and see what we draw. Paladin class. Let's go. Oh, nice. A great draw. A really good draw. All right. If this Bloodvial Purveyor survives... Okay, Luminarch. Okay. This could be such a simple Fateful Absence for the opponent, which would really suck, but man, I gotta try it. That looks so good. That's a turn 3, 6/7 flying trample. It's too bad it doesn't have haste, but that would be absurd. Get a blood token, nice. That lifelink might come in handy, buddy. And they know it too, they're plugging that counter. Plus spreading it out, Luminarch has a huge target on its back already. But yeah, if they use the blood token this time, then we don't get that extra damage through. They can use it on our turn too, because it is instant speed. But they might want to do it now just in case, yeah. Okay. Okay, Deadly Dispute could be cool before combat. And get rid of the Kalain, because we can always play the second one. I think I will. And here's what we're searching for. We're searching for removal. Okay, nice. We're searching for land. That was great. Holy cow. Yeah, March of the Wretched Sorrow can take out the... We're going to do it on our turn because we know that white has protection sometimes. We don't know what could protect against... Yeah, like Valorous Stance and such. So X is 2. Yeah, we're going to do this on our turn, and we're going to get really greedy with this. X is 2, submit 0. We're going to hit the Intrepid Adversary instead of the Luminarch. And my reasoning behind that is if they had removal, they would have used it last turn instead of trying to set up a board state. So by getting rid of the lifelink, we are a big old chunky threat. Oh no, Wandering Emperor! I forgot about Wandering Emperor, guys. Yeah, if they had removal, they would have used it last turn. More like, if they had 4 mana... This is what you get for I'm sad now. We have a lot more in our hand, though. So, ooh, good draw. We need that. We need that. I'm gonna get this 6/7 flying trample back on the board. We're back in business. We gotta take care of that Wandering Emperor. Get it back up to 16. This is mono white aggro. It's like I said, like we are in fact seeing plenty of meta over here in normal play mode. Skyclave gobbles up my Bloodvial Purveyor, making me very sad. Okay, put a counter on the apparition. We do have more removal in the deck, so they plug it onto Luminarch. They swing, and we're gonna take this damage. We gotta deal with this Wandering Emperor, guys. We really, really do. Thalia. Ooh, buddy. Oh. Oh. Oh, burn down the house would be so good, but Thalia makes it more expensive. Oh no. Skyclave Shade can't block. This is a Hoard Hauler turn, guys, and it cost all my mana. If we don't top deck a land to be able to burn the house down next turn, we're super dead here. These have been great matches so far, guys. I'm satisfied. Brutal Cathar gobbles up Kalain. It's a pretty good target for us, for them to hit, or, yeah, for... What? That's a good target to get gobbled up for us, because if we ever bring that back, then we get that treasure token back too. So they put it into the Thalia. All right, guys, let's top deck that land. Let's do it. Let's do it. Can you imagine the devastation? Come on, guys, let's see that land. Yo, it's a Hoard Hauler. That is incredible. Wait. Let's see. We need to be able to crew up Hoard Hauler, right? So if we play this Shade, we can crew it up. We'll get 2 treasure tokens because they have 2 artifacts, but that's still only 5 mana. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, this could be a Fateful Absence too, but I think it's just the blood holding open here. Let's get that swing with the Hauler just to say that we did. Yeah, Thalia really holding us back there. That's incredible. You really get to see the power that Thalia can have in a deck. Like, it says to a player, right? Which does not mean... It would say player or planeswalker, I believe. If it counts as planeswalkers. But yeah. If they had one more... they could also do that too. Yeah, they could sacrifice him. Oh man. The burn down the house would have been so good. Yeah, they might as well get rid of this too, so we... Yeah, so we don't get anything for that. And then they could take the 5, and then we drop the GG. Good game. We definitely get to see how janky Hoard Hauler can be, for sure. Oh, nice. I wonder if this is in here for, like, the rune builds. I guess Boros likes to play multiple cards a turn, too. Actually interesting. Mono white aggro is completely okay playing 1 card a turn. 75% win rate so far, not bad. I think we have time for that 5th game. Let's do it, and hopefully we actually get to see Hoard Hauler do more than what it did there. All that did there was let us not top deck a land when we needed to see one. Ah man, that burn would have been insane, but I think it would have been the opponents either way. Yeah, walking right into the Wandering Emperor was pretty bad. We didn't walk right into it. They played it on their turn while our creature was still tapped down, but... Or on their turn. What am I saying? Who am I? What's happening? What is life? I find that it is the most difficult to talk when you just get a brand new hand, as the brain just automatically wipes whatever you are saying because now you're looking at cards and whether or not to mulligan. I don't think Kalain's going to survive here, but the treasure token is still really good ramp. A play with fire. Gasp. Okay, more Boros. Oh man. I see everyone's getting as tired with ranked as I am right now. We could take it out. I think we'll do that on our turn rather than... Yeah, we know Valorous Stance exists in Boros, so we should probably X's 2 on our turn. Submit 0. Keep that treasure. Sunrise, nice. Oh man. Let's get that Goldspan going, shall we? Goldspan's hard for Boros to deal with, and now that we can start ramping with it too, we can start playing multiple cards a turn. Right into Raiju would be terrifying. Oh, Valorous Stance, my soul, I knew they had it. That's awesome. Dang, bro. Alright, at least we got an extra treasure from it, but yeah, not having that extra little bit of mana from Goldspan we might be back to square one here. I'm going to start with Bloodvial. It's hard for Boros to remove, unless they have a second Valorous Stance. Usually they run one of them. So, it's a great blocker. like a really good blocker. I would full swing because they can plug the counter into Cavalier. Oh, they actually go Raiju here. Oh, I'm definitely blocking Raiju then. I mean, I think that was probably the block anyways, but... Yep, 3 mana open. Hoard Hauler just doing things in my hand, I guess. No blocks. We can outpace them with these nice chunky blockers. What's scary about giving them blood vials is they can search for more burn. Yeah, we definitely didn't want to block when they have Den open too. That's a lot of mana for Boros. Oh, another Raiju. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. We have like lethal on board now. They like, because they can't discard a card for the blood vials. So these are just both 8 and they can't block on the ground. So, good game, opponent. GG. Bloodvial Purveyor was the true MVP today. Maybe I should have made that thumbnail I was talking about with the Purveyor instead. But I think the Hoard Hauler thumbnail looks pretty cool, honestly. So, an 80% win rate over here in normal play mode. So, you know, not ranked. But we did get to see a lot of the meta today. Well, not a lot of the meta, just a couple Boros builds. We did get to see Is It, which was cool. The deck did a lot more than I was expecting, and it's all because Bloodvial Purveyor happens to be pretty good. Even though you're giving blood tokens to the opponent, it's just like the stats are insane on this card, guys. Like Flying Trample 5/6 is insane. Now, yeah, generally speaking, you're just like, oh, it's gonna die immediately, right? With all the Boros floating about, not necessarily. That's pretty hard for Boros to remove. And that's why they're rocking like Valorous Stance as an emergency backup removal, as well as a way to protect their creatures. But usually they're only running one of them, and I would say at most they have 2 Valorous Stance in their build. And so if they end up using that on a Purveyor, then you might successfully be able to keep a Goldspan around long enough to do a lot of things with it, right? Because if we kept that Goldspan in that last game, we would have been able to play multiple cards a turn and actually played out our Hoard Hauler. Speaking of Hoard Hauler, yeah, it's janky. Yeah, we knew it was. I mean, I said it right at the beginning, right? But, you know, maybe it's just looking for a home. It might be. It's got great stats. 4 mana, 5/5 trample. Like, if the crew was a little less, then I could definitely see it being a lot better. Like, a crew for 2 would actually be really good, huh? The fact that it's 4 mana, though, is pretty tough. That is one of the reasons we only have 3 of them, too, because we didn't want to get held up having multiple of these in our hand with no great ways to play it, which I think actually happened in a couple of those games, huh? Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this build. I had a lot of fun with it today. I want to play more with Bloodvial Purveyor, for sure. I also want to look up if I'm pronouncing that right, because it's just such a weird word. I'm looking at it like, oh, am I even pronouncing that right this whole time? I hope so. Kazuul's Fury didn't come into play, unfortunately, but I think it could have. Like the Purveyor getting up to an 8/6, and then you can just throw it at the opponent's face too, because it is until end of turn. I mean, even then, you'd still be able to stop it and chuck it at the opponent's face anyways. But yeah, Lunar Frenzy didn't come into play, but I think that could be sick. Anything else with the build? Not really. It's right where it belongs, in the jank zone, right? If you really want to make it better, then you're gonna take it an entirely different direction with treasures. So yeah, hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.